All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today's Thursday, so that means it's time to cover the big TWAB news. This week's TWAB is a little bit lighter than the usual week because, it's the first one of the season, and there's still so much to introduce everyone to. So basically, a lot of this stuff is introducing people to the new season, but there are some good notes in here, some things you're going to really want to pay attention to, especially if you're going to do the new dungeon tomorrow. Apparently, there's a big audio bug, so keep that in mind. First thing they cover is this Solar 3.0 developer insight trailer that they made. If you haven't watched my video on that, I already made a video watching and reacting to that. Some pretty interesting stuff in there. Then they go on to talk about the nightmare containment and then the new scythe little artifact that you pick up with that, and you're able to use this, wield it, do a bunch of damage with it. It's got a light attack, an air attack, a heavy attack, etc., etc. And so they basically just reiterate a lot of the simple stuff with that. Then moving on, they talk about the new dungeon, which is going to release tomorrow, which is May 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Excited for that. I'll definitely be running that a ton. That's probably one of, if not the most exciting part of the new season, but it's obviously delayed. So we have to, I feel like the season has felt a little dry right at the start, but now we're about to jump right into the meat and potatoes of it with that dungeon. Then they talk a little bit about the gear. They just give us some pictures of it to show all of the new, show off all the new aesthetics and stuff. Then they do a little breakdown of Solar 3.0 fragment details and new solar armor ornaments. Nothing too revolutionary in here. They're just breaking down how some of this stuff works and how to unlock some of this stuff. The goal is to hit 20 million completions as a community. When we hit that goal, those 4 Solar 3.0 fragments will be unlocked and ready to pick up from Ikora. So they're basically time gating some of those fragments, and it's on purpose. Your game isn't bugged out if you have them locked out. They're just trying to, encourage us as a community to play it more, I guess, to unlock those things, which is an interesting way of doing things. But I think that those fragments will be instrumental in creating the strongest Solar 3.0 builds, and they probably want us to go through the dungeon. They don't want us to just absolutely blow through the dungeon with the extremely powerful Solar 3.0 builds. So maybe they're holding us off for those reasons. That's my inclination. And then they said to clarify, the 4 fragments that will unlock after the community event are the Ember of Empyrean, Ember of Char, Ember of Ashes, and the Ember of Wonder. There's also one that's disabled currently for the Warlock, and that will be re-enabled at a later time. Then they go on to talk a little bit about this stuff, and we can look at some more of the aesthetics and stuff. Then we talk about Iron Banner, which is coming up this next Tuesday at Reset, and there will be no power level advantages, and it's only coming up twice this season. It's going to be Rift Iron Banner, so keep that in mind. We've already covered a little bit of this news, so if you haven't seen those videos before, then this is news to you. It's Rift Iron Banner. It's some pretty crazy changes. Rift Iron Banner and no power level, so it should be a very different, very unique Iron Banner experience. There'll also be a seal to chase for that with that, so I imagine a lot of you will probably be grinding for that. And then moving on, they talk about they're doing a charity event with the GCX event, and this money is going to go to the St. Jude's Hospital, and you can donate $20 for one of the emblems and $60 for the other. So if either emblem looks good to you, you can donate that money and collect that reward, and it always goes to a good cause, helping out the children of St. Jude, so that's a nice thing there. Then they go over the player support report, and this is where we have a really big one right here, the Dungeon Crash Workaround. Okay, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, our newest dungeon will go live. During testing, we discovered an issue where players who had their sound effects to 0 would crash in the activity. To ensure this doesn't happen, players should set their sound effects to at least 1 or above until we can hotfix this issue next Tuesday. So you have to have your sound effects turned up above 0. I'm not sure why you would have your sound effects turned below 0 because you want to hear the game, but just in case you had that, your game will crash, so keep that in mind. And then they go over a variety of the hotfixes that are coming up and a big list of known issues. I've covered a few of these in here, but bait and switch enhanced raid perk isn't working as intended. All sorts of bugs and issues going on, and a good amount of UI bugs as well. If you haven't noticed yet, let me know down in the comments below what sort of bugs you've been experiencing with Season 17. Then they go over the simple movie of the week. Got a little Minecraft one, artist of the week, so on and so forth. And then these are going to be the new emblems for those artists of the week and the movie of the week. So those look pretty good. If you want to submit that, you can do so on the creations page on Bungie.net, or you can do the hashtag on Twitter. And then they have another thing coming up pretty soon here with this dog emote, and so they're running. Looks like I believe it's something to do with the Bungie Day event. So we'll see what that comes up. That'll be July 7th, and what they mean by this, the dog Artemis. So you get to pet the dog now. You can see here. We'll see what the story is behind all of that and what they're doing on Bungie Day, which is around the corner. Along with that, they have Guardian Games Cup shenanigans. I'll talk a little bit about the if you got in the top 10%, they're going to be giving that out. I believe it was next week they said for that. We'll continue to scroll through here. And before we let you go, they have a little bit of disclaimer through all of this. And this is going to be the end of the TWAB. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. I think I covered everything pretty thoroughly. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy it, and smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.